Hey guys, how you going? Welcome to another episode of Prado 150 Outahere. It's a glorious, windy, cold spring day here where I'm filming. Just about to show you how to do a windscreen wiper changeover. Now, if you're like me, it's one of those jobs where you go far out. How do you do this? So anyway, I've done some research and I'm going to show you how it's done. It's actually pretty simple, probably save you a bit of money. All you need to do is go to somewhere like Autobarn and buy the actual the plastic blades, and we can put them in, show you how to put them in without buying the whole thing. But anyway, you'll understand what I'm talking about once we get into it. Alright guys, so what you're going to need is you're going to need a cup of coffee, especially if it's cold and windy like it is here. The only other thing you're going to need is a one of these screwdrivers. So let's have a look at this windscreen wiper. So you see that there, okay, what we have to do is lift him up. So you get your fingernail in there, or well, you can use a screwdriver if you don't have any fingernails, and you just lift him up like so. So he comes out like that. Alright, so best is I'd leave this up like that. What we're going to do is take this whole thing out. Okay, you leave him up like that so he doesn't scratch the window, or windscreen I should say, get my wording right. Okay, so what we have to do is, so I'll push that down, take him off. There we go, perfect. I'll leave my screwdriver. I'm just going to find a workbench to work off. Well guys, I found myself a workbench, so I'll be able to show you what I'm going to be doing. Alright, so guys, here I am. I've got to get this past that. Okay, as I said, I don't know the technical names for it, but it just takes a bit of force to do it. So I'm gonna, there we go. So I've done it fairly easy. Alright, so there's a little lip there, or a gap, or whatever you want to call it, and it lines up in there. Okay, yeah, you'll have to bear with me on how I explain it. But, so that just slides out. So this is the old one, and these are those little pieces of metal that are in there. So you take them out of the old one there, and there's one on the other side that just comes out pretty easy. So on the new piece, so you buy this part from Autobarn. Okay, they're fairly cheap, so it saves you a bit of money doing it this way. So if you have a look in here, when you put it back together, these come in a length. So what you do is you just cut them so they're about the same size as your piece of metal. Just allow yourself a bit extra just in case. So on here there's a couple of little luggy things. Look, I don't know the technical names, but anyway, that's there. Okay, you'll notice that's different to the other side, which is just plain on both sides. So it doesn't have anything. So when you put the new one on this piece of metal, that lug there has to go and line up on the same side as that little thing here. Alright, we got that, and this keeps the shape of the plastic blade. And you'll see there's a few little sleeves, I suppose you could call it, whatever the technical name is for it here. We want the skinny one on the top, okay, which is going to come through and is the only one that lines up into that little bit there. Okay, so the other side's the same, so it doesn't matter which side you do it on, but it's important that that little lip there or piece lines up with that piece. Alright, so we put one side in. It gets a bit tricky trying to put two in, but you've got to get two in to be able to feed it through. So you can see how tricky it is just by watching me do it. But that's me. So here we go, we're just putting through that lip. It's important to get it in, but it'll fix itself up once you start putting it back together. So yeah, that just goes in there, and there we go. So as you can see, let me just show you again. It keeps coming out, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll fix him up in a minute. So that goes in there, which is lined up with, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's lined up with that little spot there, okay, which is important. You'll see, though, it'll just go in eventually. Must be the tongue, because the tongue gets it all the time. Look at that.
See?
Alright. So, we've got it in. You know, I got the screwdriver sitting there. I didn't have to use it. So, we just got to get obviously the right shape of it. So we turn him around, try not to let those pieces of wire come out. And what we do is we just got to feed it back in. So it's just gone in easy. Okay, so you got the plastic blade, we'll call this, and it's been cut just a little bit, slightly longer than the actual metal piece there. Right, so I'm holding with my fingers both sides so it doesn't come out. And you just got to feed it in like so, and it just goes in. So each one of these little pieces there, it just gets fed through. Look, it's, yeah, as you can see, once you got the hang of it, it doesn't take long at all, and you saved yourself a heap of money. Look, this is for the Prado 150. Mine's the 3-litre turbo diesel October build 2015 model, but I'm sure all the 150s is the same. Even I think the we've got a RAV4 sitting out there. I think it was the same as well. But what I did with the RAV4, I learnt my lesson expensively, because I didn't know how to do it, and I threw out this whole thing. So all that piece there with those metal blades, I threw it out, and when I got the packet, the new ones, I thought it came with everything, but it didn't. So in that case, I actually had to buy a whole new one of these. It was an expensive mistake or learning curve. So once it's in, you just got to lock it in. So just pull it tight there, and push it here. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it go click in, I suppose, for want of a better way of saying it. And there you have it. It's brand new, all done, all sweet. So it didn't take long at all, did it? Okay, so I'll go out to the car and we'll just put that in. So yeah, there's our little piece there's our little piece there. Just got to keep that up, and we're going to put it back together. Alright guys, so we're back out at the car again. So what we've done, we've just got that up here like that, and it's going to go over here. So I know the sun's in the way a little bit, but I'll do the best I can with this. So if I can do it with one hand, you can do it with two hands. I'm just going to... Alright, so that just goes in there, like so. So it's in, spin it around, and okay, so it's a bit fiddly, but it goes in, and you just pull it back this way. Okay, so it moves up and down like that. So you pull it back into lock, and that goes in like that. So just to demonstrate again, so when you put it in, it's kind of in that position there. So to come out, and you just pull him back like that, lock it in, and there you go. Your windscreen wipers all done. Now, I didn't even use any tools for that. So if I can do it, you can do it pretty easy. And so guys, I just found the receipt here from Autobarn. So yeah, wiper refills. We've got a pair for $17. So yeah, that's what they cost for the Prado at Autobarn. So yep, we'll see how they work. See if they work. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Give it a bit of a spray. Oh, superb. There we go. Windscreen wipers on. Autobarn, thank you. That's where I bought them from. Thanks.
Missed the tongue poking out. Hang on, can you put the tongue out again?
Must be the tongue, because the tongue gets it all the time. Look at that.
See?